sports. It's in the game.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'ma beat some.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Detroit Lions. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun on 3rd down. Jones is going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Six, pull it high.
yards. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Wild Bill.
Get it ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
218, chop. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, echo. Mike.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And a big turn. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hey, wahoo! Go.
Jones now on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it a 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing, Jones. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 40 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Back to pass. 552. Rip left, rip left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion.
We go. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, you draw Corker. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. On 2nd and 2, Jones. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory.
Let's go.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Set, ready? 10-2 start.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at legendary.
And just like...
Down. 30 base.
Check. Watch the default.
Look. Squeeze. Hit it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 22.
Now Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Oakland. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And a short game here across the 10 to the 12. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the...
Here we go. 60 or. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Shoot.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Looking to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Jones to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Down. And 2 stop.
54. Let's go.
5.
Let's go. Deep tight.
Get it.
Now Jones on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
91.
Right there. 54 Mike.
80 weapon. Smith.
Check, Mike. Hit it.
Here's Jones throwing after the interception. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Watch the safety creep.
Big grip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. That one good for 26 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, Jones.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So
time to bring the base bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Hey, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the fifth-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they take on the 11-year man, Matthew Stafford, and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost like in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground. At the Lions' 29-yard line.
First down. Ready? Flag! What do that? Watch the run! Watch the run!
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Oh, boy, I know you dropped that one. Ready? Flag!
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And the Lions going with an extra DB here. Third down. Winston leaves it with Barber on the draw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. CD, that call, it took some guts. It's not like they were at the 1-yard line. They had some distance to go.
They certainly did, and, you know, a lot of people might say that's fly by the seat of your pants type of coaching. But it's also sending a message out there. We're going to be unpredictable. You can't prepare for anything with us. You never know which way we're going to go. We zig, you zag.
And now some serious opening drive momentum. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So here are the Lions under second-year coach Matt Patricia. They'll be led out by a man who's now in his 11th season in the league, Matthew Stafford at 31 years of age.
Just 3 weeks of games left in the NFL regular season. What's it going to take for him to win the MVP? What's it going to take?
Whatever it is, if he wants to strengthen that candidacy, no time like the present.
Yeah, and let me tell you what I think. Not only does he have to play the clean game, no picks, things of that nature, he has to have at least one significant play that we'll talk about all next week. That'll really give him a higher profile.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Silver. Whip. 59! Watch the whip.
Here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Jones has it. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. To Johnson again, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
I'm going to hit you all day.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Stafford on 3rd down. He completes it to Jones. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Stafford on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jonathan Cyprien there defensively to make the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, 22!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Kill. Check your hot read.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw is Stafford. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Winston, he completes this into the hands of Miller. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. You have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to... I want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Well, now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To the air again with Winston. That'll be caught by Jordan Leggett, his tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jordan Leggett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Around the NFL, they're in the second quarter at Lambeau. Early lead in that one for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 1 touchdown pass thus far. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the score. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like.
This is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for the Lions. 56 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Johnson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second. Half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Once more, here's Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he got that one all wrong. That goes almost directly out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted inside the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Check. Ready. Blue ready.
Jameis now on 1st down. And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Let's go. Let's go.
23 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he is... He's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic, but that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments. Run a few different plays, but stay with the overall S.
And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
All day, dog.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score
back now at Ford Field. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston. He finds Howard complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Now Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll throw again. Winston. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here is Eckler. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this one.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, you got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking downfield for Jones, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like Do that? I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On play action, Winston. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. They've gone final now out in Kansas City, and it was the Chiefs who emerged victorious. Tyreek Hill playing well in that one. He's gone over 100 yards receiving there. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Throwing again on second down. Winston, that's caught by Howard. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Play action now. Winston. He completes it to Evans. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jameis again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. One last shot now for Winston. And Winston lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Honey, I dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, they will not stop me, tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, oh, there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on, smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, honey, y'all, dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash,